I'm Dr. Kathleen Walls, and I'm standing here with the lovely and beautiful
Louise Victor,
who is
Miss Caribbean Tourism 2013.
Yes, and you are watching Dr. Walls and Friends on the Sisters in Harmony Network. Welcome back to Dr. Walls and Friends on the Sisters in Harmony Network, as well as Africa One TV channel. And so we have been joined now by another member of the Federation, and this is a big wig, y'all. All right, and your name is?
Casey RC.
Casey, and your role in the Federation?
Second Vice President.
Second Vice President. All right, Miss Second Vice President. And so tell us, what would you like the world to know about the Ethiopian World Federation?
Interesting question. I would like the world to know that the Federation has been in existence for some time now. It is going through a phase of introducing new members, persons who might not have heard of it before, and persons who can have important roles and input into this organization. In addition, I would also like the world to know that the Federation is presently existing and will be for a very long time.
And that's one thing that we were talking about, was that I said I'm embarrassed because it has been in existence since 1937, and I had never heard of it until Tashai brought it to my attention. And when I looked at the offices, there's so many offices all over the world, and I'm going, how did this fly under my radar? I don't understand it. So
actually, you're not the only one. For me, I only heard about it maybe a year and a few months ago.
Okay.
So it's quite interesting, but not surprising.
Okay.
Many persons do not know it is in existence.
All right. So it's definitely wonderful that I thank y'all for taking this time out so that we can introduce this to the world, expand it.
Yes.
The awareness in the world, because it's already been introduced to the world for decades.
Yeah.
You know, so now it's a matter, and as you said, as it continues to go forward, because it's not going anywhere. This is something that needs to be done. The mission, the vision needs to continue to come to fruition. And so one of the things we were talking about before break was the agricultural piece and the importance of being able to take care of ourselves, to be able to feed ourselves.
That's key.
Yes. So as the man in charge of the agricultural piece, would you tell us about this piece of the Federation?
Agriculture. Yeah, well, basically the agriculture component or the agriculture committee, it is responsible for one, food security. As to globalization and what we observe that is going on, it's like you must have, how would I say, you must be a very rich person to be able to eat on the shelf. In terms to go to supermarkets and get the proper food that you need. Okay? So being a movement which is not so strong financially, then through agriculture we could become stronger.
Yes.
In terms of food security, more economics, providing employment for our members, you know. Basically, it's like to help in the nation building for food security, like I said. And as a matter of fact, what we do is organic farming. So we strictly do organic. We try to leave out the pesticides and the dangerous chemicals, you know, which could be hazardous to our health. You know, so agricultural committee, basically, I would say we're trying to establish food security and more production of food, so that we will be able to market also. You know? But these are two of the objectives of the committee.
Okay. All right. Did you want to add to that, please?
Yes, sure. And I'm not a member of the agriculture committee, but I do play a small role in it. I visit the farm occasionally. And for me, with being someone who is not from an agriculture background whatsoever, I find it's interesting, and it allows me to build myself on a human level. I get in touch with Mother Nature, and I see things coming from the earth. And I think that's very important for persons who may not have an agriculture background, or may not be living in the areas exposed to agriculture, tree, nature, because I'm from the city. The city. So it's concrete all around me. So the fact that I get that exposure on the farm, and in addition it's organic, I think it builds me on a personal level.
Yeah, definitely.
You agree?
Yeah, definitely. Come from the city as well, you know. Actually being on the farm to see one, two things. So you say, oh, that's how that grows. Oh, that's what that is. You know, you guys are amazed. Oh, that's what you call noni, and that's what you call them. You know, actually see the thing grow and say, oh.
Exactly.
It seem like totally ignorant. Where was this woman?
Where,
you know, but never seen it before. Just like my sister saying, never exposed to that before. But actually being in the Caribbean helps me to appreciate the foods. You know, because I'm used to tins and packets. Processed.
It's the truth.
Because you live in a concrete jungle, you've got nowhere to plant anything.
But
being in the Caribbean for me helps me to appreciate the soil and what you actually get from the soil. And like she says, organic as well.
It's amazing.
You have the natural pesticides.
And also based on the way that we were taught to eat, you know, things that we consume, we could see the effect it's having now, you know, diabetes, prostate, just name it, you know, and I think it is a result of bad eating practices. For sure. We also want to be into that part, you know, eat the right foods that we could live longer, you know.
And I hear also there's an education piece too, to be able to teach people how to eat properly and understand what the food is good for. So I was speaking with someone yesterday and they were talking about moringa, right, and making the tea and making the tea out of the soursop leaves, I think it was, and so forth. And that's important for people to know that there are cures in the food that you eat.
Just like the book says, giving us the herb for the healing of the nation. Not necessarily marijuana. All the other herbs the Most High has created for us, for our healing. I believe there's a solution, there's a herb for every ailment a man suffers.
I agree.
It's to know which plant is for what is that for, how do you do it, what's the dosage, that type of thing. You know? So we do in agriculture, I guess eventually we're going to get to doing a little herbs on the side. You know, and we do have our market, we sell it to the hotels and stuff like that. So from our organic farm, actually helping the nation as well. It's spilling over to society. Sell it to hotels, you know, and they're welcoming in it because right now everybody seems to be aware now, organic. Everyone's going organic, you know. So it's something we want to continue, you know.
Exactly. Well, let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll give some contact information so that people can become more aware of the organization and also to look where to go to find an organization where they might live. Okay? So we'll be back shortly.